The Brock Purdy hate is getting absolutely out of control. Can we stop? Can we please just admit that Brock Purdy is talented? He's good at football. He wins a lot. He puts up outrageous statistics. Can we give Mr. Irrelevant relevancy? Can we actually admit that you might have been wrong about him? But no. Instead, we think Bo Nix is better than a quarterback that's been to the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl in his first 2 seasons. Colin Cowherd has made a list of quarterbacks that he believes are better than Brock Purdy, and I can't wait to react. Grunt spike the like button. Let me know in the comments which quarterbacks in the NFL today, list them out, you would take over Brock Purdy, and if you want to explain why as well, let me know in the comments. Let's go. I want to hear this because he's just, I don't know what he's thinking here. What is he thinking? Let's go, Colin. Bring it.
Right now.
Okay.
I don't even care about salary down the line. Right now.
Well,
Hold on. He doesn't care about salary. The last time I checked, Brock Purdy is like the 80th quarterback in salary cap. 80th. I don't even know if that's correct, but I think it's correct. 80th? Hold on, bro. Let's check. I'm checking on my phone right now. I'm not getting this wrong. I'm pretty sure he's 80th. 81st. He's not even 80th. 81st. You guys see that? Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, and Tua Tagovailoa. You can make an argument that Brock Purdy at 81st is better than like 4 of the 5 guys on that list. You can make an argument.
Be quick.
Who do I think is the better quarterback?
Okay. Better than Brock. Is Dak Prescott better than Brock?
Yeah, Dak
No.
led the NFL in touchdown passes last year with 1-star receiver, 36. So Dak is slightly better than Brock.
You just...
What has Dak done? It's not like Dak hasn't had great receivers, hasn't had great offensive lines, hasn't even had great defenses. Has he had Kyle Shanahan? No. But has he had great players around him that have maybe enabled him to have success? Absolutely. There's no debate. I mean, at one time, he might have had the best running back in the NFL. So, again, Dak is good. I think Dak is good. And I think Dak gets too much hate. Who would I take in a big game? I would take Brock Purdy. I would. I mean, just look at the track record. I think it speaks for itself. I think Purdy has an intangible in a big game that Dak does not. Prove me wrong.
just told me it's not about last year, it's about right now.
No, but I mean, Dak is showing. I mean, we're only 5 games into this season. Dak played like hell and won this weekend. Again, I didn't say back 5 years ago, but I'm looking at who you are now, and I have to at least look at last year to some degree.
Okay,
It's fair to look at last year. I don't debate that. I still don't think that really... It's not like Purdy wasn't amazing last year.
Sam Darnold better than Brock.
No, I would take...
Okay, come on. Dude, Sam Darnold was literally his backup last year. And I understand Sam Darnold's having a great season, but we have not seen Sam Darnold exposed yet against defenses that maybe will catch up to what Minnesota is doing. Right? The Jets, to a certain degree, we saw a little bit there. Darnold did struggle. He did struggle a little bit against the Packers in the second half. So the last game and a half has been pretty rough for Sam Darnold. But this guy has legitimately been the backup for Brock Purdy. You cannot even make an argument that Brock Purdy is not better than Sam Darnold. Like, there's literally none. You can't do it.
Take Brock. Sam has a history of getting really, really reckless. Brock Purdy's a lot of things. Reckless is never one of them. Also, Sam gets hurt, and Brock Purdy doesn't get hurt.
Okay. Is Jared Goff?
Yes.
No. No, he's not. Jared Goff played Brock Purdy in the NFC Championship. And who played better? Just saying. Who played better? I'll let you. But also, you look at the recent numbers, too. Like, who's played better this year? Brock Purdy. And even you could look at it, the situations are relatively the same. I don't think you could really make a huge argument that the Niners situation is better than the Lions situation. I would actually argue that Goff would be better in Detroit than he is in San Francisco because of the offensive line difference that Detroit offers over San Francisco. I think the one edge that Purdy has over Goff has a better arm. Goff has more power on his throws, but Purdy is much more elusive. Goff cannot take pressure, and Purdy is actually really good against pressure. So I think that's the difference.
Only Patrick Mahomes in the last 3 years has thrown for more yards than Jared Goff. Jared Goff's the number one pick for a reason.
I would also argue that Brock Purdy has more EPA since entering the NFL than Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. He's actually first in the NFL per game.
Is Jordan Love better than Brock?
Yes.
No. Jordan Love's more inconsistent as a thrower. Jordan Love isn't as smart. Jordan Love is probably more athletic in a arm sense. He has a stronger arm, but he's proven way less. I mean, again, they played each other. Neither of them played well, I would say, but Purdy played better at the end. Love threw a couple crucial interceptions that ended the game and lost them the game. I would also say that Love just needs to prove more to me. Like this year so far, he's been pretty inconsistent up and down. Purdy's been much, much better of a player this year. Both have great offensive play callers. I would say the Niners do have better weapons, but I would also argue the Packers have a better offensive line. So I would say overall, like Purdy, you take the sample sizes, they're relatively the same. Purdy has just done more. Purdy's been better. Purdy's been more efficient. Purdy's more accurate. Purdy's more consistent.
He's a better athlete. He's got a better arm. He's got a better deep ball arm. He's a better athlete. I mean, over the last 50...
I actually don't know how much of a better athlete he is, though, from like a mobility standpoint. I think Purdy's actually better in that regard.
Games, Jordan Love. 34 touchdowns, 10 picks, with a young receiving core and a rebuilt offensive line. And he doesn't have Kyle Shanahan engineering the first half plays.
I thought we had shifted, but I guess not.
CJ Stroud is better than Brock Purdy. I think if CJ Stroud were in San Francisco last season, the Niners win the Super Bowl. Again, Purdy made it there, but there's probably a few quarterbacks that if they play against the Chiefs, they may have won. I think Stroud is one of those. I think the difference between Stroud and Purdy, Stroud has a better arm. Stroud has more power on his arm, but he's also got great control over touch, which I think equals Purdy, if not better than Purdy. I think his mobility is equal, if not better, to Purdy. He's bigger, stronger than Purdy, and I think he's also just as smart as Purdy. There's very little about Purdy's game that he does better than Stroud. I think Stroud is basically a better version of Brock Purdy in a lot of different fashions. And I would also say that he has better technique. He has better mechanics. He throws the ball more soundly, and he's more consistently accurate than Purdy, combining more power on his passes. So I would say that Stroud is better.
CJ Stroud better than Brock.
Yes. Yeah, I'd take CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud, again, had the pressure of being part of a rebuild.
But again, Stroud, more consistently accurate, better mechanics, all that than Love. Love is the opposite. Love is more inconsistent. Love misses throws that he should make. Stroud doesn't.
Building franchise. He didn't get the Mercedes. He got like a...
That's also a fair argument. He did have to come from less. Purdy was handed more, obviously, but Purdy's done a lot with that situation. You can't argue against that.
Used prelude.
This is funny, too, because Colin used to be a Jimmy G guy, so I don't really get it.
And said, hey.
What do you have against Honda?
I got nothing, but I mean, he didn't get, here's a Mercedes, kid, don't hit the garage door. He got an old car.
Okay. Is Tua Tagovailoa better than Brock?
No, I'd take Brock.
No. Tua's too fragile. Tua's basically a worse version of Brock. He can't move as well. They have pretty much equal arms. You maybe could even make an argument Brock has a better one. I would say Tua maybe has slightly better accuracy, but that's really the only thing. Plus, Tua's aura is just non-existent.
He's healthier, and I think he's more athletic, and I think he's healthier.
This is the first real tough one.
I would take Brock Purdy over Jayden Daniels right now. In the future, I'm not sure. We'll see how Jayden Daniels' game progresses. I think currently he's being blown out of proportion. I think he has played extremely well, especially for a rookie, and he's been highly efficient. He's very accurate, and he's very elusive. They're actually similar players. I think Daniels has probably a stronger arm, but I think that Purdy, or like more arm strength for deep passes, but I think that Purdy is probably better at the intermediate and short levels of the field outside of just screen passes, which is the majority of what Jayden Daniels has been efficient with. But obviously Daniels has more speed and things like that. But there's still a lot of room to kind of prove. This isn't almost even fair because this is a lot of projection based. But I would say that Purdy, obviously, it's hard to deny the track record of Brock Purdy. We need to see a bigger sample size out of Jayden Daniels. And teams have been able to look at film and adjust to Purdy. They've had multiple seasons to do it while they haven't been able to. Jayden Daniels, we'll see how that works out.
Is Jayden Daniels...
Yes, Jayden Daniels a significantly
He's wrong.
better athlete, and it
just sounds to me that he doesn't like Brock Purdy. It sounds to me that he thinks he's not good.
I mean, you cannot watch Jayden Daniels and not have this opinion. He looks a lot like Lamar Jackson. Who do I look at with Brock and say he looks a lot like? There is no comp.
Tom Brady. We've been over this. He's a little shorter than Tom Brady.
Looks like Tom Brady. To be fair, Tom Brady was doubted for a very long time until people actually thought he was good.
Is Bo Nix better
Please, no. Please don't do this. Please don't do this.
than Brock?
Slightly, yeah.
Oh my God. Bo Nix is terrible. How can you watch Bo Nix and have this opinion? He's awful. Guy can't even complete a damn pass. He runs around and he gets tripped up and sacked. He thinks he's superhuman Cam Newton mixed with Michael Vick, and he just gets sacked every time. He's got no downfield passing ability. He's got no vision. This is legitimately like you should be. I love Colin. I love his show. This is awful. This is like fireable. This is one of the worst takes in NFL history. This is awful. How can you have this opinion and be taken seriously? Seriously? Bo Nix over Brock Purdy? Are we just going to deny that Brock Purdy went to the Super Bowl last year and was in overtime against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs? Like, I know this is a team thing, but like then you just look at his individual numbers, which were better than Patrick Mahomes and MVP worthy, and you're like, what? Like, Bo Nix? Has he even thrown more touchdowns and interceptions? Like, what is this?
What?
He's a more accurate thrower.
No, he's not. He's not a more accurate thrower. What are you talking about? Completion percentage? Is that what you're talking about? Collegiately. He played at Oregon. Brock Purdy played at Bumsville, USA. Like, what are we talking about?
I think Bo Nix is, by the way, he's starting to settle in. He didn't inherit all these Kittle and Debo and Ayuk and all these wonderful toys to play with. He's basically got Cortland Sutton and cross your fingers. Bo Nix is on a heater. And again,
a heater. What, 200 yards heater? What the is this
CJ
guy?
Stroud, Bo
Bro, come
Nix.
on.
They have the responsibility to rebuild a team. They don't get the luck.
Are you kidding me? Rebuild. He doesn't do anything. He hands the ball off and they play defense. They won the game 10-9 against the Jets.
Victory seeding day one.
So I just want to be clear,
man. What are
Bo
we
Nix
doing?
is better than Brock.
Yes.
Okay. Is Trevor Lawrence better than Brock?
Bro, okay. Hold on a damn second. This guy says Bo Nix is better than Brock Purdy and proceeds to put Kyle Shanahan as like his 6th best coach in the NFL. Like, pick one, you jabroni. What are you talking about? Pick one.
Brock Purdy.
If he was on, if both were on the market, you take Trevor Lawrence. Bigger, more athletic.
What? Trevor Lawrence is an idiot. He can't read the field. His mechanics are awful. He throws the ball in the dirt half the time. He only looks at one downfield read and misses most of the time. He's clunky as hell. Like, does anyone watch Trevor Lawrence? He's way less like of a quarterback athlete than Purdy. Like, Purdy can move and slip and juke and like get around pressure. Lawrence is a big clunky dinosaur garbage. I mean, he's terrible. What are we talking about? What are we doing? How do you even allow this on your show? Like, seriously.
Better arm. Yeah, that come on.
He's got a stronger arm. It's not really a better arm. He doesn't make a lot of great throws. He's this film bro crush that they wanted to be a generational quarterback who's completely overpaid. He's garbage. He's an idiot. He plays like a dummy. Purdy's way smarter. Like, what are we talking about here? Like,
On the market, that ain't close.
Is Caleb Williams better than Brock Purdy?
Yes, that's
no! Right now. I thought we were talking about right now. Caleb Williams is awful. He runs around in circles, does spinoramas, and gets sacked. Like, what are we talking about? Caleb can't throw the ball deep. He can't read defenses consistently. He can't function against the blitz consistently. What are we talking about? I thought we were talking about right now. Are we talking about 6-year projection? Maybe Caleb will be better in 6 years, 3 years. But right now, it's not even a comparison. It's not even close. This is dumbest, stupidest video I've ever freaking seen in my life. Like, what the is this?
not close either. One guy's a significantly better athlete.
Caleb is awful right now. Like, he's not good.
What you don't take into consideration, this is what people don't.
He barely completes any passes.
Brock Purdy's a trust fund kid. Basically, he's like, man.
What the? Everyone before this season was saying the Bears situation is so good. The O-line's underrated. They brought in DeAndre Swift. The defense is unreal, which it's better than the Niners defense, by the way. Receivers are good. Like, they got Keenan Allen and DJ Moore and Rome Odunze, who's actually super overrated, but he's amazing prospect. Cole Kmet is a great tight end. He's actually very underrated, in my opinion. What are we talking about? I thought the Bears had this great receiving core.
Magic Johnson, here's Kareem. Like, I mean, when you get to come into college, out of college to the pros, and you literally have the best scheme coach, Trent Williams, Debo, Christian McCaffrey, the responsibility is, the ask is total.
Okay, who's better? Not whose situation is better. Who's better? Who's better?
Caleb's being asked with a wobbly franchise, hey, kid, save us.
And he's terrible.
Brock Purdy's not a save us guy at a franchise.
And Caleb's terrible. You forget to mention that. He's not good.
Trust fund kid Brock Purdy is the lowest paid quarterback in the league. Just not that means anything. Anyways, is Jalen
yeah, true. Jalen Hurts is trash. Turnover prone.
Jalen Hurts better than Brock Purdy?
This is the tough one. I think Purdy, he's more accurate, and Jalen Hurts has injuries.
Hurts is very limited. He has, like, I don't know. It feels like the book is out. Like, everyone knows how to play Hurts now. I actually like Hurts as like a dude, and I think he's a good leader. But as a passer, he's limited. He's kind of pretty weapon reliant, which is kind of ironic. And he's bad against the blitz, and he's slow-minded. He misses open people. He's pretty overrated.
And
I would take Hurts over Caleb right now, though. Are you asking me who's better right now? What are we talking about? What is this video?
Clearly regressing. Now, I've only got one moment that Jalen Hurts has been good. That Shane Steichen calling the play stretch. But Jalen gets banged up. Jalen is not a great pocket passer, and he is regressing. His turnovers are alarming.
Is Kirk Cousins better than Brock Purdy?
I actually agree with that take. Kirk Cousins, that's tough. Cousins has been really good this year. Cousins is, I think, more accurate. I think his mechanics, like, more consistent that way. I don't think he's as elusive. I don't think he has less of a resume in terms of winning big games. You could definitely say that. This year, I've been more impressed with Cousins than Purdy. Even last year, I thought Cousins was playing really, really well. Cousins' mobility, though, is a big difference maker. Cousins is obviously very experienced. That's a toss-up. I don't mind you saying either.
Right now, yeah. He just threw for 5 football fields. That team is so young, he's babysitting them on weekends.
This might be my favorite segment of the season so far. Is
Bo Nix.
Baker Mayfield better than
Baker this year? Yes. Baker overall, probably not. But Baker this year? Baker might be the best quarterback in the league right now. That's not even like a joke. I just think he's a good player.
Brock Purdy?
If you gave Baker Mayfield these weapons,
Baker is legit, dude. Baker is sick. Like, let's not hate on Baker. For some reason, people don't think Baker's good. I don't know why. Watch him play this year. Like, he's good. He's good.
hoist a trophy.
He's got a stronger arm. I think he's probably slightly less elusive. He's tough. He's a great leader. I think he actually has that on Purdy. I think that he's accurate in tight windows, better than Purdy probably. But Mayfield this year is really good. But to say like the receivers and stuff, like he has Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Like let's not go too far.
Baker Mayfield's better. He's a better talent. He has a much better arm. Much better arm. And Baker, like Brock, is more athletic than people think.
Yeah, Mike Evans and Godwin, they're not. Is Kyler Murray better than?
I would actually argue Mike Evans and Godwin are better than the Niners receivers, the way they're playing right now. Kyler, I would take Purdy. Kyler's too inconsistent. He would have probably some big moments in San Francisco if you switched places. But Kyler, I don't know, there's something about him. He's more erratic. I don't trust him from a mental standpoint. I think he fails to see things at a high level like Purdy does. And I think Purdy gives you about 80% of Kyler's mobility. So Kyler does have more athletic talent, but I think there's other things that limit him, like his size and like his brain.
I just watched last weekend. I watched last weekend. What did you see last weekend?
I saw Kyler didn't really play that well. I didn't think either quarterback played all that well, to be honest.
Who was better last weekend? Kyler Murray was better. With the worst coach. In Santa Clara. Kyler's better.
Is Aaron Rodgers better than Brock Purdy?
No.
Today I'd take Brock Purdy.
Okay. I was about to jump over this desk. I mean, come on.
No, but
This guy's hating. This guy is hating.
I've been saying for 2 years, Aaron is way past prime.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rodgers can still throw, and he's still smart at the line, but he is an egomaniac, and his offense is like, it's his. So he's the reason the offense is so simple and so like basic. You can't really blame it on Hackett, even though he's an idiot. You can't really blame it on him because it's Rodgers' offense.
if you had any questions about Aaron Rodgers last week,
Rodgers can't really move either.
he threw 3 awful picks. I don't know. So I don't know.
So looking at this list, he thinks Dak. Okay, so let's just go through it for me. Dak, I said Purdy. Lawrence, not even close. Purdy. Caleb, not even close. Purdy. Goff and Prescott, close, but I lean Purdy. Love, somewhat close, but not as close as Goff and Prescott. It should be Purdy. Stroud is better. Baker, right now, better. Cousins, debatable. Murray, Purdy's better. Daniels is too young. Purdy's better. And Nix, that's not even I don't even understand that. That's just like clickbait. I don't even get that one. So we're going to end it there. You guys let me know who you think is better based on this list. Go through the checklist. Let me know in the comments. It's Mitch. Thank you so much for watching. Stop the Brock Purdy hate, please. Peace.